Hey YouTubers, this is Skinwalker. As promised, I got my special treat for you guys. And this is it. This magnificent piece of history. The K98K rifle. An actual Mauser in my hands. And let me tell you, this is a magnificent piece of history, as I just said before. This rifle served as the backbone of the entire German military from 1939 all the way to the twilight days of World War II of 1945. So, let's get into more details about it. The K98K had a very powerful piece of ammunition, the 8mm round. The Mauser bullet itself was a very powerful round. It would be able to knock anyone right on their ass if they got shot by it. Through extended research, the German soldiers in the field would actually have massive blue bruises on their shoulders when firing their Mausers in consecutive action, especially against the Soviets in the Eastern Front. Now you probably may be thinking that, why would I use a bolt-action rifle, especially when in a world where semi-automatic rifles were nearly at the head of their times during World War II? Sure, you have a massive amount of semi-automatic weapons that were serving during World War II, such as the M1 Garand, the Gewehr 42, the STV 40, and the infamous Sturmgewehr 44. Those are all well and good, but nothing compares to the reliability and versatility of the K98K. It's just that handy of a rifle, and as you can see, the rifle itself is just perfectly balanced at this point of lever. Just look at it. Look how balanced it is. That's German engineering for you. And we're talking about the battlefields of World War II as well. We're talking about close quarters combat and as well as urban fighting throughout the entire war. To me, this rifle is epically overkill because number one, the iron sight is fixed to go at the targets up to 500 meters. Sometimes the distance in close quarters combat aren't even like that. It's like the distance between me and the camera person. That is very close, very, very close. And with the 8mm round, that's overkill as well. I mean, the exit wound itself would definitely rip a person in half. I really believe that this was definitely overkill when it came down to urban combat, especially when you're applying the K98K in urban warfare. And that's what it was mainly applied for. You definitely have your battlefields in the Falaise Gap and as well as the Battle of the Bulge. But on the Eastern Front, there are big cities such as the Battle of Leningrad, Moscow, and including Stalingrad that definitely were these rifles were being applied in those urban environments. That was deadly within itself. I mean, come on. If we're talking about 8mm round going across distances less than 200 meters, that is definitely overkill in my book. But as far as versatility as well as reliability, the K98K definitely has its flaws. Number one, the internal magazine can only hold at least about 5 rounds. That's like, you definitely have to pick your shots and choose your targets wisely whenever you're engaging the enemy. Reason number two is that unlike many semi-automatic rifles, this is strictly a bolt-action gun. Your rate of fire is determined about how quick your hands and your arms really are when you're engaging the enemy. For instance, when you're going up against a large group of targets and there's 2 of them right in front of you, 1, 2. And that's if I aim properly and actually get killing shots. And again, I just stand by it. I mean, you can talk all day you want about the Noyce Nagat or the British Enfield rifle. I mean, this is just really, really great. I mean, this gun literally held the Soviet Union by the throat. A couple of millions of Germans actually held the Soviet Union by the throats with this gun. I mean, come on, how incredible is that within itself? Those guys in the German army were able to run over every single one of the Soviet positions armed with the K98K. That is incredible in my book. That definitely is. And in case you guys are actually wondering, this isn't a carbon copy or even a reproduction. This is an actual K98K. It was built in 1944, and from the markings on it, from the markings on it up here and as well as down here, and it also says right here, it's model 1998, so you definitely know it's authentic. And there's just a lot of German distinguishes on this. And from the look of it as well, since it was made in 1944, it's really, really crudely built. I mean, there wasn't real precision accuracy when it came down to the production of this rifle, or even many other of its sister productions as well. Because it definitely feels like it was put together very, very quickly. I mean, it was 1944. I mean, the twilight days of World War II were just around the corner. And from what my buddy tells me as well, this served in the Battle of the Bulge. I kid you not. This is an actual piece of history right here. And as you can tell all over the rifle, there are several stamped, I don't know what to call it, just a lot of bruises. It's been beaten to death. I mean, it looks like it was thrown down a couple of times. I would be convinced as well if this actually met as a U.S. soldier in hand-to-hand combat. But that's all speculation. But this is an actual K98K, and this is something that I definitely do want. The reason why I'm presenting you this is because, again, this is a historical piece of history right here. I mean, we could talk all day about the Gewehr 44, but nothing compares in reliability and versatility just like the K98K, the very backbone of the German army, and in many cases the Waffen SS as well. Many of these guys had these rifles. Every single soldier was trained to use this rifle. Every single soldier had one of these rifles, and it was just that powerful of a gun. Definitely. I mean, this is something that definitely should be cherished. It may not be part of the German uniform, but it's authentically as German as you can get. Most of my uniform is just reproduction. This is actual authentic. This is an actual piece of history. This helped a German soldier probably survive the horrors of the Battle of the Bulge. And this rifle actually got from somewhere in Austria, one of the main factories over there, and somehow it creeped all of its way to here in the deserts of New Mexico and into a Navajo man's hands. That's an incredible story right there. I mean, the stories that this gun can tell, I kid you not. I mean, it's just that really, really well put. I mean, words cannot explain how incredible this is just to have a piece of history right here. It really is. And you're probably wondering, am I going to shoot it? Number one, no, I'm not going to shoot it. You guys want me to shoot it? I need more subscribers. Keep on viewing my videos because, come on, 8mm rounds. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go up and shoot some mock communists. But until that time, be sure to click that notification bell so you'll be able to see my new videos. And if you want me to see me shoot this gun, be sure to subscribe, tell your buddies, because, come on, an actual 1944 Mauser. Now, let's go kill some commies. The Skinwalker, signing off.